So in 1996, I started mentoring male teens in the hood. I was working for the Baltimore City Department of Social Services, and I would see young men come into the building, fighting, cursing, using every curse word you can think of. And it was a problem, and I said, I can do something about this. So I wrote up a proposal and asked management if I could use the space on Biddle Street on Saturday. They approved it, and we started with 5 young men in the cafeteria, and it's grown since then. We left Biddle Street, and we went to Maryland Avenue, the Genesis Work Matters building, and then we went to Coppin State University, and now we're at the new Shiloh Family Life Center, thanks to Reverend Harold Carter Sr. and Harold Carter Jr. Statistics have proven that when young people have a good mentor is a trusted friend, somebody who cares, somebody who's consistent, that they do better in life. We want them to believe in themselves and realize they can do anything if they work hard, study hard, and have positive friends around them. We want them to make good choices. We want them to stay away from drugs. We want them to stay away from alcohol. We want them to realize their potential. And again, we continue to try to nurture and give guidance. And you will never hear myself or our mentors talk down to a child. They will never be called a name. You may hear Mr. Miles use colorful words to get their attention, but we're always trying to boost up and to teach. When we permeate the subconscious mind with positive things, when we pour into our young people with positive phrases, it helps them to be more positive. If you have a negative phrase because that young man gets on your last nerve and you call him a curse word or a negative name, that tears down, and we want to do all we can to build up. And we come from greatness as a people. We are truly kings and queens, but we want these young men that come through mentoring male teens in the hood to realize that they are kings, they come from greatness, and hopefully it will help them to strive to be great despite any setback or negative attribute that may be a part of their lives. Every year we try to get to a college campus. We want our young men to realize the importance of going to college. I'm hoping that every young man will go to college. We can't make them go, but we want every young man to go to college. We want them to learn the admissions process. What kind of financial aid is offered? What does college and higher learning offer? If they know this and they feel comfortable with it before they get to the 12th grade, hopefully it'll be an easy transition to go to college. And oh, by the way, every young man that finishes our program gets accepted. We see the letter of acceptance to college and a schedule. We give them, Mentoring Male Teens gives them their first $500. We've taken some day trips. We've taken some trips out of state. The last 7 years, we've been able to take an overnight trip due to donations from very generous people, citizens, and Casey Foundation especially. We've gone to Princeton in New Jersey, we've gone to Yale, we've gone to Harvard. We also went to Morehouse. That has a great deal of history. That's in Atlanta, Georgia. We toured CNN and Coca-Cola. Delaware State, we've gone to Hampton University, Springfield College. We went to Towson University last year, and this year that just passed, 2016, we went to Columbia University in New York. Again, I want them to understand it's not, something I think about. I gotta go to college, and we're gonna do all we can to help them go to college.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up in spite of the
It's very critical that young men see the White House, whoever's in it, but especially because Barack Hussein Obama was the president, and he's been there for 8 years. So I wanted them to have that piece of history. The Pax River, Patuxent Naval Air Station, we've gone there once. We'll be going there again in October. We'll be taking a team building trip in July in Leakin Park. So we have our young men learn to depend on one another. If there are differences that take place, we don't get mad and get angry and fight or pick up a weapon, but we learn how to work through the differences together as a team. So we went to visit the Benjamin Banneker Historical Park. That's in a place called Oella, Maryland. It's next door to Catonsville. And Benjamin Banneker was a mathematician. He was a great man. He was a free man, and he had property in Oella, and we wanted them to see exactly where he lived. We took the young men to the Norfolk Naval Base, one of the largest in the country. We took the young people, and that was probably 5 years ago, to an animal farm because I don't want anybody to hurt animals, but I definitely don't want the people in my program to hurt animals. It's all about learning to respect others, learning to respect animals. Animals are meant to be pet and to be fed. I don't want the young people to fear animals. We want them to love animals, to appreciate animals, and not fear animals. And that's why we went to the animal farm.
I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again, and we'll rise up. I like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
We had a great trip to New York City. Again, we always want them to have a historical perspective. We went to Harlem. We took them to the Apollo Theater, great deal of history there. And 5 of our young men got to actually rub the log and perform. We took a riding tour of Harlem, New York, narrated by Kenny Sargent. He did a great job. We went to Rucker Park, where a lot of the great NBA basketball players played. They got to get out and see this park where these great stars of our time have played on this actual court. They still have actual tournaments there, so that was exciting to them. We went to Columbia University. We also went on a Circle Line cruise where they got to see all of New York, well, a large portion of New York by boat. So we rode up and down the Hudson River. We went past the Statue of Liberty. These kinds of experiences will change a young man's life forever. Too many of our young men in Baltimore, from my perspective, don't get a chance to get out of Baltimore, and they're confined to their small area and their small cadre of friends. And because of not getting exposure, because in many instances getting caught into negative aspects of life due to poor choices, they end up a statistic instead of doing something great with their lives. It's very difficult to keep a program going this long. I have people around me that I can depend upon. Ms. Wanda Powell. I've just been super blessed. 20 years, whatever I ask of her, she helps me get it done, and I'm very grateful for that. We've always been able to keep our books in order. Joan Pratt and Associates, they're our accountant, and you got to have your paperwork in a row. We're 501c3. We've basically gotten the majority of our donations from individuals, and I'm thankful and grateful for every dollar that comes in, every $10, every $20. That has really helped us, and I hope people will continue to invest in this program, and we hope to be able to give them a good return on their investment. We need money to run the program. Every donation helps, and it's tax deductible. And again, thank you to everybody for providing a check, giving cash, whatever it is that you can do. Many of our young people don't get out of Baltimore City. Too many live in East Baltimore and don't come to West Baltimore. Too many live in West Baltimore and don't go to East Baltimore. So we want to make sure we do as much as we can to expose our young people to as many places as possible. We hope that we can continue to keep the mentoring program going. Again, this is our 20th year, and I'm just grateful that everybody took the time to stop by today for the 20-year fundraiser.